This is Jamil Shaw at JamilShaw.com. You're listening to Right Side Broadcasting Network, because the right side is the right side. It's the network for the Trump train. All aboard?
Hello, I'm Pastor Mark Burns, and you're watching the Right Side Broadcasting Network, the Trump train's #1 source for all things Trump. Keep in contact with Donald Trump, watching the Right Side Broadcasting Network, learning all you can about the #1 candidate to become president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Subscribe and stay connected and learn all things Trump by watching the Right Side Broadcasting Network.
In today, San Diego. In just a few moments, you're going to hear from the man who is going to save the United States of America. And let me also tell you, you're going to hear from the man who's going to make sure that we take care of our veterans. Because I can promise you this, crooked Hillary Clinton is never, ever, ever going to take care of our vets. That's because the only people she's going to take care of are the special interests. Donald J. Trump is going to put America and Americans first. Now, you have a big primary coming up here in California. Now, of course, we know that Donald J. Trump is going to do fantastic here in California. But there's another primary happening between Hillary and Bernie. Now, I have to say, folks, I feel kind of bad for Bernie Sanders supporters. And I'll tell you why. Because the system, folks, is rigged. And I think all of us here can say that we feel sorry for Bernie supporters, because nobody likes a rigged system. It's rigged for Hillary, and it's rigged for Wall Street. And I don't think Democrat voters in this country want to have a nominee who was for the Iraq War, who authored the Libya invasion, and who's completely and totally owned by corporate special interests. And I think come November, people who don't want a government controlled by Wall Street are going to vote for Donald J. Trump. Now, one of the big issues in this race is the issue of foreign policy. Now, how do we think Secretary Clinton did as Secretary of State? Not great. Not great. Let's review her list of achievements. Let's go through it. We got a lot of stuff that we can talk about when it comes to her resume. So we'll run through it. Let's see. Did Hillary Clinton keep Iraq safe and secure? No, she handed it over to ISIS. Did Hillary Clinton turn Libya into a wellspring of democracy? No, she invaded it and gave it to ISIS too. Did Hillary Clinton keep Iran from pursuing a nuclear weapon? No, she put them closer to a nuclear weapon than they've ever been before. Did Hillary Clinton keep Syria safe and stable? No, she turned Syria into the most dangerous place in the world. And by the way, she wants a 500% increase in Syrian refugees coming into America. And guess who's going to pay for that? The American people. Now, here's something you won't hear in the media. They did a poll on this recently, and they asked people, who wants more than 100,000 refugees a year from the Middle East? They did a poll on this. Rasmussen did. Only 4% of American women say they want more than 100,000 refugees. Because Hillary doesn't care about America's women. She doesn't care about what happens to our schools, or our job markets, or our security. She doesn't believe that you're entitled to raise your children in safety and peace. But do you know who's going to make sure you have a safe community? Donald J. Trump. He's going to make sure your communities are safe and secure and prosperous. Oh, and by the way, folks, Donald J. Trump is going to build that wall. He's going to build it strong, he's going to build it tall, and he's going to build it to last. And do you know why he's building that wall? He's building that wall because he cares about you. He's building that wall because he knows what uncontrolled immigration has done to our schools, what it's done to our hospitals, what it's done to our wages. See, you won't hear this in the media, but Hillary Clinton can't claim to care about working people when she wants open borders. Because nothing has hurt the working people of this country more than open borders, which pulls down our wages, hurts our job prospects, and makes it harder and harder to raise our kids and send them off into the world. Now, Hillary Clinton, of course, as someone here points out, she may not be the nominee because she could end up in prison. And now, she has this secret email server, and she deletes and she hides her emails, and I suspect, folks, the reason why Hillary Clinton is so secretive about those State Department emails has to do with something in this book, Clinton Cash. Right? Yes. Now, I'm going to read you all a little excerpt from this book because we want everyone in the country to know about Hillary Clinton's corruption. And here's the way it worked. It's very simple, folks. Give cash to Bill, get favors from Hill. That's how it works. That's how it works, folks. So, I'm just going to read you a little excerpt from this book, and then I'll ask you a question. It's real simple. In June 2005, a South American business group offered Bill Clinton $800,000 to deliver 4 speeches in South America. This group was a keen supporter of the proposed U.S.-Colombia Free Trade Agreement because it would boost Colombian exports into the United States. So they gave Bill $800,000 for 4 speeches. Not a bad payday. Hillary was senator at the time. So let me ask you all a question. Hillary said she opposed the deal, and then she became Secretary of State. $800,000 later, do we think Hillary Clinton caved and supported the deal? Yes, she did. Because what happens if you give cash to Bill, you get favors from Hill. Now, do we want to let Hillary Clinton sell our government to the highest bidder? Do we want to let Hillary Clinton keep our borders open so your pay is low? Do we want to let Hillary Clinton betray our veterans like she betrayed our veterans at Benghazi? We've gotten a clear insight into how Hillary Clinton will run this country because of her time as Secretary of State. She was the worst Secretary of State in American history, although she was great for Wall Street. Now, you remember Hillary Clinton's 3 a.m. ad where, the phone call rang at 3 a.m.? What was Hillary Clinton doing at 3 a.m. when Benghazi was attacked? She was sleeping. Now, let me ask you a question. If that 3 a.m. phone call had been from Wall Street, would she have picked it up? Oh, she'll never, ever, ever turn down a phone call from Wall Street. And I think deep down inside, Democrat voters all over this country know it. And this is the issue that is going to unite all of us. Liberals, conservatives, Democrats, Republicans, independents, everyone. Is that all Americans, regardless of the color of their skin, believe, whether they be first generation or 10th generation, that the citizens of this country ought to come first. Are you ready? Are you ready, California, to send a message to the special interests in Washington, D.C.? Are you ready to tell the people who betrayed you that you're ready to take back your country? Are you ready to vote for a man who will put jobs and wages and security for Americans first? Are you ready to say no to the crookedness and corruption and betrayal of Hillary Clinton? Folks, this is a simple choice. You have one candidate, Hillary Clinton, who doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about your children. She will never shed a tear for the working people of this country. She will gladly grind you all under her heel. Then you have a man who will go to bat against the special interests. You will have a man who will be the champion you've been waiting for. Are you ready to have a champion in your corner? Are you ready to turn on the TV and see someone fight as hard for you as the other side fights for illegal immigrants? Are you ready to see someone stand up for security over political correctness? Are you ready to see someone stand up for the safety and security of our poorest neighborhoods? Are you ready to see someone who will support our cops, who will support our military, and who will support every God-fearing, wage-earning person in this country who just wants a fair shot at success? Folks, you're the backbone of this country. The people who wake up every morning searching for a job or working at a job or trying to get a job for their children. It's not the Wall Street billionaires, it's not the special interests, it's you, and Donald Trump understands that. Donald Trump will fight for you. He'll fight for every single last one of you. And you have the chance, folks, the once-in-a-lifetime chance that will never come again, to kick the special interests out of D.C. Are you ready to make them sweat? Are you ready to show them who's still in charge? Are you ready to do something they will write about for 1,000 years? Are you ready to secure that border? Are you ready to stop Islamic terrorism? And are you ready to make sure that American children are given their birthright in their own country? Then stand with Donald J. Trump, stand with Americans of every background, of every color, of every race and every creed, united by the one common belief that a people in their own country come first, and never, ever, ever will you be a second-class citizen again, folks. So now, I have one more question for you, and folks, I want you to shout so loud that all the people who betrayed you can hear you. The people who betrayed Kate Steinle can hear you. The people who sent our manufacturing jobs overseas can hear you. By the way, Hillary Clinton, Democrat voters should know this, will pass the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which will destroy our economy. So I want you to answer this question so that every single person who's beaten you down and ignored you and said that you were wrong and mocked and demeaned and scorned you, every person who's lectured you sanctimoniously while living the high life in D.C., shout so loud that their conference tables will shake. Is California ready to send Donald J. Trump to the White House? God bless you. God bless this state. And God bless the United States of America.